Uh, I just realized I have no
Mm-hmm.
59. It's not. I don't think it's 60. It shouldn't be. Better not be fucking 60 for the show CD. I swear to God, I'll swing on somebody if it's episode 60. I'll swing on somebody. Somebody's gonna get swung on today.
Let's see. Could be 59.
Okay, so we're not 60. Fantastic. Episode 59 of the turn-based Cynics. I don't apologize. As always, vacation was fantastic for those of you who are mildly curious. I did a lot of relaxing, played some video games, played quite a bit of Baldur's Gate 3, made Gale
Mm-hmm.
leave the party due to a nat 1. But you know what? I don't feel bad about what I did because I feel like I was justified in trying. I just didn't expect to fuck up the roll that badly. So he left the party.
Whoopsie.
That was cool. But so yeah, that happened. Learned a little bit about how multiplayer for like console works a little bit because I was
Mm-hmm.
kind of curious because I was like, if we multiplayer split screen on console, but then we're no longer playing on the same console, how does our multiplayer save still work? Since you have to sign into an account anyways in order to play split screen, it's just by what account was signed in. So it's by like what account,
Mm-hmm.
like what person starts it and what person signs in. So it works out because like me and him jumped online after I got back, and
Mm-hmm.
our stuff's still there. It booted us right back where where we last played the campaign, in our proper characters.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have to do anything. It's
That's
I
good.
gotta give Larian some credit, some credit. You don't. I don't. I don't think you. I don't think you just could just make one of the best RPGs to date and then fuck up the multiplayer. I feel like that would be a poor decision. But this is Larian.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they would fuck it up, but they didn't. They didn't fuck it
They
up. They
have
just
enough experience with multiplayer. They had
yeah.
their both of their previous games, Original Sin 1 and 2, both had quite a bit of emphasis on the multiplayer.
So that was fun, and like even upon just playing what we played of that, I'm already about to like start up my campaign now, just on
Mm-hmm.
my PS5 on a completely different class, and then like futz around with it because
Mm-hmm.
we kind of became murder hobos partway through because we just started picking a fight with everything we could. If it was
Like you do.
there, we were slaughtering it, and we get to oh you even got I don't know how have you played very much of it at all? I don't want to talk about
No,
too
not
much.
yet.
All right, I'm not
Not
gonna.
yet.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to bring it up. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna.
All right.
Mm, I'm gonna keep it to myself. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man, there are so many like fucking video games right now. Like I just got
Mm-hmm.
Disgaea 7.
Mm-hmm.
Really digging that. Kind of starting to figure out my flow in the game. Trying to figure out. I always
Mm-hmm.
kind of had that problem with Disgaea games where I was like, "What are you? Okay, what? How do I say this? I guess it's more of like, what is the game expecting me of me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is the game expecting me to create these like custom characters? Is the game expecting me to just use named characters? What is the most effective way to get through the game? So I
Hmm.
kind of
The
started.
most effective is very difficult to answer
Yeah, I
because the
figured.
game gives you a lot of options there.
Yeah, so I kind of took a very different approach where like I
Mm-hmm.
have a healer. I kept the healer, and then I also made myself a martial arts brawler because I always liked that class anyways.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of caught them up level wise, so now I have like a nice little effective squad. But then I also kind of wanted some speed, so I brought in someone who was like pretty quick and I could throw some shoes on. And the next thing you know, now
Mm-hmm.
my squad just gets bigger, and now I'm like, oh god, and oh my god, these characters are so good. These characters are so
Yeah.
fucking characters are so fucking fun. I love them so much. And like that's
Mm-hmm.
part of the reason I think this guy like works is because there's like an infinite number of nether verses. they're all so unique, and they're all like these characters are like all so very different, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh, he's literally weak to empathy.
Yep. Well,
Uh,
yeah, there's a reason for
action,
that.
actually, nearly kills him. Okay, game,
Mm-hmm.
cool. I
Have you
dig
found
it.
out the reason for it?
I have not found out the reason, so
All right.
I
So I'm
got
not gonna
that.
spoil that.
I
But yeah,
got I got
that's
that on
mm,
Switch. Obviously, you know me.
mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know me. You know how I roll.
Predictable.
Yeah, like you wasn't like. Let's be real. Let's be real. The
Mm-hmm.
bigger surprise is if I said I got it on PS5. Then you'd be like, "Oh, are you
Hmm.
okay, Rezo? Did your Switch break? Is your Switch broken? What happened?"
Did you
That
did you also order a portable player with that?
No, no, I wouldn't give Sony my money for that. I don't really I like the Vita. I think the Vita is cool. I just don't have as much of a reason to use it outside of a
Mhm.
handful of titles. Although I haven't jailbroken it. I think if I jailbreak it and like did some like custom stuff on it, I probably might use it more. But like
Maybe.
the Switch
But at
fulfills
that point, honestly, there's also the Steam Deck.
yeah, like the Switch and the Steam Deck
Just
fulfill
put on
so
Retro
much.
Arch on that, and there you go.
Yeah, like the Switch and the Steam Deck fill so much of that void for me, anyways. But I'm also like not using my normal Switch with me that much because I'm waiting for my
Mm.
the new grip to come in so I can dock it without
Ah,
taking
yeah.
the fucking grip off. That's been a big pain
Mhm.
point. Not like a big pain point, but it would just be really nice to never have
That's
to
a
take
quality
the
of life stuff.
to just
Mm.
never take the grip off ever again. I feel like that's
Yeah.
just something I kind of want in life. So you know,
Mm.
I have needs and wants. Oh shit, man! I
Mhm.
turned on my Switch and I realized I'd already dropped like 100+ hours into Animal Crossing. That
Mhm.
that was not
I'm
something.
almost surprised it's not more.
Okay, so it's not more because I haven't been playing it nearly as much as I haven't. Okay, I went
Mhm.
through phases with this game when it first came out because I only had one
Mhm.
Switch and I didn't like the way the Switch felt portable, but I also didn't like I didn't want to play it on like the light because what if I did want to
Mhm.
dock it and play on the TV, but now I can't because it's portable and that. It wasn't until I ended up with like this one with like the normal
Mhm.
size switches with the grip and the OLED screen, which I stand by it. I get it, people. It wasn't a Switch 2,
Mhm.
but some of you are just straight up sleeping on OLED technology and
Mhm.
OLED screens, man. If you're really gonna sit here and tell me they don't make a difference, I'm gonna say cap. I'm gonna say it. Yeah, you cap, straight cap. I don't care. But I had bought it a while, no, a few months ago. A few months ago, I bought it.
Mhm.
Like I officially bought myself a copy, and then my close friends here locally, had convinced me to finally start it. And because I was like sick a lot, and I wasn't feeling good, and I wasn't always at work, it was just a really good way to take my mind off of things. You know, just boot up
Mhm.
Animal Crossing and like take on some chores or some decorating, or as I like to say, city management.
Home
Yeah.
Improvement, the video game.
Yeah, redlining the video
Mhm.
game where I create ghettos for all of my animals, for all my villagers. Yeah, it gets pretty bleak, man. It gets pretty fucking bleak. Uh, but yeah, so I did that, and I checked the page on my profile. It's like you put like 110 hours. I'm like, shit, really? All right, cool. 110 hours, I guess. Fuck, man.
Neat.
But yeah, man, that's that's it. That's been my life. Whether you like it or not, ladies and gentlemen. I got 100 something hours on fucking Animal Crossing. Who would have fucking thought? I didn't. Wasn't on my list of shit.
Neato. Uh, For me, let's see. I'm at around 73 hours with Disgaea 7. And I did complete the story mode,
Mm-hmm.
the regular campaign.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now in the post game stuff with the
Mm-hmm.
additional chapters. I've beaten the first one of those. I've unlocked the additional training levels, which I think I'm blanking on the name for what it was in the previous titles. In this one, it's sort of like martial training,
Mm-hmm.
which is essentially, yeah, you beat the level once and then you get a specific setup that you can advance levels pretty decently. Because you just have a bunch of enemies there, and you can, if you have the setup, you can defeat them quickly and gain a nice amount of XP or whatever else you set in the cheat shop. If you need much mana, yeah, just put that to 600% and the rest to 0. There you go. Quite nice. Which is how I then unlocked the second post chapter, which required a dark, which required to what was it, 100,000 mana for the bill.
You said 70 hours? For
Yeah, about
were you
70 hours
like
so far,
slow?
according to Steam.
Were you taking it easy through the story, or I never thought this guy games for that. I never really
It,
I I've
nah,
never
the story
to
it
be fair,
wasn't
I
that
don't
much in the
usually
story.
finish them, but I just didn't know 70 hours was like that. Just seemed a little high.
Mm,
I guess I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe my
well, I did take it a bit slow, but it's not all in the campaign because I did do stuff afterwards, and in a break in between, I also did some leveling up because, as you remember, after that one boss, I chose, okay, let's see, I have that level. I'm gonna go into the cheat shop, advance the XP bar as far as I can, put the others down, and do my thing. Which, yeah, put in, what was it at that time? Probably an hour or two into that, just going up the levels. Because I also reincarnated Fuji at that point to get him to an even higher stat base. It's, yeah, definitely noticeable.
yeah, fuck yeah, I'd say so. Damn,
Mm-hmm.
70 hours. Maybe I've been
Yeah.
sleeping on these motherfucking games for too fucking long. Like, don't get me wrong. I
Mm-hmm.
usually not always sure how to proceed, but now that I kind
Mm-hmm.
of found my flow in 7, I'll probably start going back and like getting through the other ones now and like kind of applying roughly what I've learned now because now it's kind of starting to like make sense. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I usually like to have like, at least some idea of like what the game is expecting of me, so that I'm not putting in a bunch of extra work for no goddamn reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's a nice, but I mean, I'm not gonna like fault the game for that because if the game is just going to like give me the tools and be like, do what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess at that point, who am I to really complain? Because it's like you gave me the tools. I'm just being weird because I don't know how to properly implement them. So clearly, this isn't a game issue. This is a skill issue, and that skill issue is with me. So, I mean, it happens. It happens. Skill issues do
Mm-hmm.
exist. So, I'm gonna take it that the gap between you and that boss, while it was there was
Mm-hmm.
definitely a power gap there. It wasn't so massive that you.
Nah,
I
it
don't know.
wasn't that great. It wasn't that big overall. It's just kind of like after, if the boss was just far enough advanced that my that the power of my characters couldn't really scratch him, but after a bit of leveling and going on there, it was enough.
Okay,
So
that makes sense.
that's, yeah. Yeah, it's just kind of like, okay, the enemy is a few levels too high, so you can't really go at it there, but it's easy enough to do after you gain a few more levels. And I think I also had upgraded my items thanks to the hospital gacha game. Because that one, those if you're lucky with those gachas there in the hospital, there those are some nice power boosts.
Yeah, I'm about to say it doesn't take too much in the sky from what I've always experienced. Like, all it takes is a
Hmm.
couple of really good, well placed items, and you can go from being average to
Hmm.
being.
Yeah, and after a few of those gacha levels, when you go into the third or fourth part there, the items that you can get are pretty much stronger than anything you can get in the shop by a
No sh-
decent amount.
no shit. Damn. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
And that definitely boosted my main characters by a good amount as well. So all that put together, that boss went down afterwards, and yeah, honestly, that was the biggest roadblock after that. Because due to the
Yeah.
leveling and all that, the other levels were pretty nice. They were decently made challenge,
I mean,
but most worked out fine.
I guess I can kind of be okay with that.
Hmm.
Like, I
Yeah.
I can't, like, I really can't stand like really
Hmm.
random fucking difficulty spikes, especially in RPGs. Those drive me
Hmm.
fucking nuts. Like, they
Hmm.
they drive me up the goddamn wall because it's like, "Oh, I'm doing great." And then a boss like two rounds me and I'm like, "Well, shit.
Hmm.
I did not know you could do that."
Yeah.
You can do that. Cool.
Hmm.
Okay. This is shit.
Yeah.
It's like on one part you could be like preparation, but it's like, bro, if preparation is what you're gonna say I need, then nigga, you just saying I gotta cheat to win. I don't really always want to do that. Like,
Hmm.
I didn't want to look up boss strats for fucking Xenoblade Chronicles 1 during my playthrough, but fuck
Hmm.
that dragon. There is one dragon boss towards the end of the game. I want you to play
Hmm.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I do. I
All right.
genuinely do. I stand by it as being one of my favorite JRPGs of all time. Easily top
Hmm.
5, if not my number 1. And motherfucker, you know if I'm putting this above Final Fantasy 9, Final Fantasy
Hmm.
7, and a bunch of the other games I fucking played, that's gotta say something about this
Yeah.
goddamn game. It
Hmm.
is
Certainly.
it is a goddamn masterpiece, but fuck that boss.
Hmm.
Everything else in this game is designed well enough that you might die,
Hmm.
but you died for tactical reasons. And I can
Hmm.
deal with dying for tactical reasons,
Yeah,
right?
so you know what you did wrong or something, so you can
Yeah,
counteract
like,
that and do
it's
better
like,
next time. Hmm.
yeah, it's like, oh, I died because I didn't go after the ads and the ads did
Hmm.
too much damage and I couldn't
Yeah.
compensate. Okay, cool. I'll fight the boss again, kill the ads, kill him. Cool. Or I
Hmm.
died because I didn't utilize a tactic I probably should have been more leaning on for this
Hmm.
fight. Tactical reasons are perfectly fine.
Yeah.
This
Hmm. Yeah.
dragon boss is not a tactical problem. This dragon boss is I basically a fucking hate crime. I don't know who he's a hate crime against, but a fucking hate crime.
All right. All right.
And he's not like extra.
Hmm.
It's not like he's one of those legendary fucking roaming bosses that can just walk up on your
Hmm.
ass and two shot you because you're not paying attention when they decide to walk by, which
Yeah.
you know,
Hmm.
you know,
That can happen in any Xenoblade game, yeah.
believe me, having played a decent amount of 2, it's happened quite a few times
Hmm.
because I didn't pan my camera the right way and a
Yep.
fucking
Yep.
troll
Yep.
runs up behind me and fucking one
Yeah.
shots my whole party and I'm like, well, I had that coming. Fair.
Yeah, you're running into one direction. You notice your party is taking out their weapons. Wait, what happened? There, dead. Oh.
Yeah. But like that dragon boss in Xenoblade Chronicles 1,
Mm-hmm.
that fucking dragon boss, everything else after that boss, perfectly
Mm-hmm.
fine. Perfectly
All right.
fine. Got through the game just fine. I think I died once against the final boss, but that was again a tactical problem, not a
Mm-hmm.
gameplay problem. That dragon though, fuck that dragon. Fuck that dragon. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I will die on this hill that I think you need to play, Blade Chronicles Definitive Edition. But I will subsequently crucify myself on the goddamn cross upside fucking down to say that boss can go fuck himself. That is,
Oh, that's an image.
yeah, that boss. Whoever in the development crew designed and came up with whatever you need to do to beat that boss is an asshole.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a skill check or a luck check, but the fact that I'm not sure which one it is a fucking problem.
Maybe it's both.
Yeah, it's a luck and a skill check, and that's a fucking problem. Sorry. I'm sorry. That boss just every time it comes up, I get unreasonably angry at that one boss, despite my love of this fucking game. So
I mean,
CD.
no game is completely perfect.
But Xenoblade 1 gets really close though.
Mm.
like like for me it's close. Like the one or two blemishes
You're really
it has,
feeling it, huh?
the one or two blemishes it has, I am more than willing to ignore. The blemishes it does have, and it does have some blemishes, I am willing to overlook those blemishes because the rest of the game is so tight and well put together, and the game story doesn't pull like that bullshit thing in JRPGs where like the story starts to get good but then the story sandbags you for like 2 hours to go do something else. Does not do that. It does not do that. Everything stays on track pretty much the whole game. I don't think you really don't get sandbagged that much outside of like one time, but it's not even a sandbag. It's more of just the group doesn't know what they're supposed to be doing next. It's literally built into the story.
Makes sense in the story.
Yeah, yeah. The group is like, what the fuck do we do now? So, cool.
All right.